morning, students. Math lesson 103. Today is April 23rd, 2020. It is Caroline and Elizabeth's birthday and 3 days until Colton's birthday. All right, so we are talking about volume today. When we talk about volume, we're talking about the volume of an object is the amount of space the object occupies. So geometric figures that occupy space include cubes, spheres, cones, cylinders, pyramids, and any combination of these shapes. All right, so the units we use to measure volume are cubic units. So here we go. Unit segments measure distance. Square units measure area. And cubic units measure volume. All right, when we talk about volume, we're talking about three-dimensional shapes. So give an example of a unit that might be used to measure the amount of molding around a room. Well, around the perimeter of the room. So we're looking at perimeter for that one, which we'd measure, we might use feet, right? B, the amount of carpet on the floor of a room. Well, that we will do area. Area, length times width, and we would generally measure in square feet. Now, when we're talking about the maximum storage capacity of a room, let's say that you're renting a storage unit and you need to fill it up, we're talking about volume. We might use cubic feet for that. So to find the volume of an object, we calculate the number of cubic units of space that the object occupies. All right, so here we have how many 1-inch cubes are needed to build the 2-inch by 2-inch cube. So here we go. We have 1, 1, 1. So the volume of this shape would be 1 cubic inch. Here we have 2, 2, 2. Length, width, height. 2 by 2 is 4. 4 by 2 is 8. So we have 8 cubic inches for this shape. So on this one, we are going to find the volume of this shape right here. All right, this rectangular solid. So we look and we have 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and 2 centimeters. We're doing length, width, height. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. All right, why is the answer here labeled in centimeters and not square centimeters? Because it's in cubic centimeters, because it's three-dimensional, correct? All right, what is the volume of this solid? So we have 2, 4, 3, right? 2 inches, 4 inches, 3 inches. As you can see, they're showing that you're filling up the space that is within it. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So 24 cubic inches. All right. Notice that examples 2 and 3, we found the number of cubes on the bottom layer and then multiplied that number of layers. So, as you can see, they found the number of cubes on the bottom layer. All right. Next, volume. As I have said over and over again, is length times width times height. Length, width, height. All right? So Emma keeps the quilts she makes in a sturdy cardboard box. She plans to cover the top of the box with fabric. So choose a formula that she could use to cover the top of the box with fabric. Well, that's just this top, so she's going to use area, right? Area, which is length times width. So she's going to look at the 36 and the 24 and multiply those two. Area, length times width, she's going to do 36 times 24, and her area will be 864 square inches. Square because she's only doing the 2 dimensions of the top of this box. So the next question is, how much space is inside the box? Choose a formula and use it to determine the volume of the box. So here we go. Volume equals length times width times height. The volume is 36 inches times 24 inches times 24 inches, which is 20,736 cubic inches. All right, volume, 3 dimensions. That's why it's cubic inches. All right. Next, as Dion ate breakfast, he estimated the volume of the cereal box. What is the approximate volume of the cereal box? So guess what we need to do on this one? Our last lesson, we were estimating, well, actually 2 lessons ago, we were estimating our fractions, correct? Our mixed numbers. So we have 12 and 1/8. Guess what? I'm going to make that 12, correct? We have 7 and 7/8. 7/8 is very close to a whole. 8/8 is a whole, so I'm going to make that 8. We have 2 and 3/4. 3/4 is over half. I'm going to make this 3. All right, so my length times my width times my height. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 times 12 is 288. 288 cubic inches is the volume of the cereal box. All right, we have lots of problems today. So here we go. Dion wanted to find the total area of the outside of the Saxon O's cereal box. He decided to cut open the box and laid it flat. He noticed that the creases divided the figure into 6 rectangles. Each rectangle is one of the panels, the faces of the box. To find the approximate area of the outside surface of the box, he estimated the area of each rectangle and then added the 6 areas. Find the approximate area of the outside of the box. All right, so first things first. First things, he's going to turn these mixed numbers into into whole numbers, right? So 2 and 3/4 becomes 3. 7 and 7/8 becomes 8. And 12 and 1/8 is just 12. All right, now as we look at this, we can estimate the areas of the rectangles by rounding, which is what we did. All right, we find the approximate area of each rectangle, then we add and find out the approximate area of the outside surface of the box. So 8 times 3 is 24. Here you go, you have 24 square centimeters. Here we go over here, 12 times 8, 96. All right, then we have 12 times 3 for this section, that's 36, right? We have 12 times 3 for this section, that's 36. We have 8 times 3 for this section, which is 24. And then we know we have 8 times 12 for this section, because it's 8 inches and 12 inches high. And that is 96. We add all of those together. 24 plus 24 plus 36 plus 36 plus 96 plus 96, and we get 312 square inches. All right. Now our lesson practice. Our lesson practice today is I put it on the screen instead of on my piece of paper because it has the shapes. So first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go over here, and for my volume, I am doing volume equals length times width times height. All right, so I go 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. So the volume of this shape is 32 cubic units, right? Next, over here on this shape, I have 3 times 3 times 3, so I have 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 cubic units. Now, down here it says, which type of unit will be used to record the volume of a rectangular prism? Rectangular prism is 3-dimensional shape, so I know that I will use cubic units for my volume measurement. Cubic units. So Ella's dad bought her a clear case to display her autographed baseball. Which formula can be used to find the volume of the case? 4S? No, Length times width, that's the formula for area. 2L plus 2W. No, that would be perimeter. Length times width times height. Bingo. D is it. All right, use the formula to find the volume of the case that Ella's dad bought. So I have 6 times 6, which is 36. And then I have times 6 more. I'm sorry, my writing with this pen is not always so good. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 3. I have 216 cubic units, or cubic inches actually, since I see that I have inches here, in Ella's ball case, display case. So in inches, a box of Lamont's favorite wheat crackers measures 5 1/4 by 2 1/8 by 5 1/8. So guess what? I need to first of all find the reasonable estimate for these. So 5 1/4 will become just 5, right? 2 1/8 will become just 2. And 7 5/8 will become 8. All right, now we need to find the volume of this box. Well, volume equals length times width times height. So 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 8 is 80. It is 80 cubic inches. All right. All right, awesome. We'll see you at 10 o'clock, hopefully. All right, good luck with your homework. Thank you.